female carpenter in German is called der. Why do I keep doing this? Hi everyone, welcome to Language Speaks. I'm Neha. Today another vocab booster episode for you all. Let's get to know what the different professions or professionals are called in German. Well, German has a very interesting way of naming the professionals. Like in English, for example, doctor, be it a male or female, would be called a doctor. Or an engineer for that matter, be it a male or a female, would still be called an engineer. But the Germans classify the professions according to the gender again. Let's get to knowing some of the professions in German. First one. Der Arzt. Der Arzt. Well, to give a hint, whom do we refer to as the Corona warriors or the COVID warriors? The health professionals, of course. And who's the most important one in the health professionals? The doctor. Der Arzt is the doctor. Like I said earlier, in English, a female doctor would still be called a doctor. But in German, male doctor is called der Arzt, der Arzt. Female doctor is called die Ärztin, die Ärztin. Next one. Der Lehrer, der Lehrer. If you have watched the episode on the school items, you'd know what this is. When you go to school, who teaches you? Der Lehrer is the teacher. Now again, because der is a masculine article, der Lehrer is a male teacher. The female teacher is called die Lehrerin. Die Lehrerin. Next one. Der Rechtsanwalt. Der Rechtsanwalt. Who do you go to if you have any legal matters? That's right, der Rechtsanwalt is the lawyer. Now in English, a female lawyer would still be called a lawyer. In German, a female lawyer will be called die Rechtsanwältin. Die Rechtsanwältin. Interesting, isn't it, how there's a female and a male profession. Next one. Der Richter. Der Richter. Who passes the verdict in a court? Der Richter is the judge. A female judge in German is called die Richterin. Die Richterin. Next one. Der Ingenieur. Der Ingenieur. This is pretty evident from the pronunciation, although the spelling is slightly different. Der Ingenieur is the engineer. And the female engineer in German is called die Ingenieurin. Die Ingenieurin. Next one. Der Architekt. Der Architekt. Slightly different pronunciation again. Der Architekt is the architect. And the female architect is called die Architektin. Die Architektin. Next one. Der Pilot. Der Pilot. Now, as you can see on the screen, the spelling same, just the pronunciation is different. Der Pilot obviously is the pilot. And the female pilot is called die Pilotin. Die Pilotin. Next one. Der Briefträger. Der Briefträger. The one who delivers your mails to you. That's right. Der Briefträger is the postman. And a female woman delivering the mails to you is called die Briefträgerin. Die Briefträgerin. Next one. Die Polizei. Die Polizei. Quite evident from the spelling and the pronunciation, the Polizei is the police. Next one. Der Tischler. Der Tischler. Now, from the household items, I'm sure you know the word der Tisch. Der Tisch means a table. Now, who makes these tables or who makes all the furniture for us? Der Tischler. That's right, der Tischler is the carpenter. And a female carpenter in German is called die Tischlerin. Die Tischlerin. So if you see the pattern, all the female words have an IN ending. So Arzt, Ärztin, Tischler, Tischlerin, Ingenieur, Ingenieurin, Briefträger, Briefträgerin, so on and so forth. Alright, let's move to the next. Der Elektriker. Der Elektriker. Someone who does all the wiring work in your house, or if there is an issue with electricity. That's correct. Der Elektriker is the electrician. And a female electrician would be called, now you know the pattern. That's right, die Elektrikerin. Die Elektrikerin. Next one. Der Schlosser. Der Schlosser. So der Schloss is the lock. So der Schlosser becomes a locksmith. Der Schlosser. And a female locksmith would be called die Schlosserin. Die Schlosserin. Next one. Der Fußballspieler. Der Fußballspieler. Fußball is football. Spieler means a player. Der Fußballspieler is football player. And a female football player would be called die Fußballspielerin. Die Fußballspielerin. Next one. Der Schauspieler. Der Schauspieler. Schauspieler is someone who performs on television, on screen, on the stage. That's right. Der Schauspieler is an actor. The female version, like in English, we have actress for the female version. In German, she's called die Schauspielerin. Die Schauspielerin. And the last one for today. Der Feuerwehrmann. Der Feuerwehrmann. If there's a fire, who comes to the rescue? That's right, the fireman. Der Feuerwehrmann is the fireman. And what do you think a firewoman would be called? Because Mann is a man in German. And what's a woman in German? That's right, Frau, die Frau. So, die Feuerwehrfrau is a firewoman. Die Feuerwehrfrau. So these were some of the German professions categorized according to the gender as usual in German. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you want to know some more professions, drop me a comment below and let you know what they're called. If you have liked this episode, please give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe and hit the bell icon. Until I see you next time, auf Wiedersehen. Bye.